Hey there. I'm so excited to introduce my next guest. This guy is a YouTuber who literally just started just a couple months ago. And I'm excited because this guy is like the absolute definition of a gamerpreneur. He has a day job and he decided to turn his gaming passion into something. Now, gamerpreneurs are gamers who are doing something with their lives, right? They're dispelling that myth of the lazy, unmotivated basement dweller. And this guy was already doing something with his life. He had a day job and he went to school in order to get a job. And while he was doing the job, he figured he needed to do something else. So now he started this YouTube channel and he's looking to grow it. I can't wait for you to learn about him. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Gamerpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Bradford Carlson. Today I have a very special guest with us. I have Tyler Waltz with That Gaming Channel. Hey there, Tyler. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great today. How about yourself?
Oh, it's a beautiful sunny day in Las Vegas. How about yourself?
Same here in Ohio, beautiful and sunny. I'm sure my temperature is a bit lower than yours, so I'm pretty thankful for that right now. But either way, I'm inside in the wonderful air conditioning.
Fantastic. All right, so Tyler, why don't you begin by just telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so like you said, my name's Tyler Waltz. I just very recently started a YouTube channel called That_Gaming Channel. We're about 2 months old now. We don't have very many videos. We're just lifting our feet off the ground, but we're having such a wonderful time doing it. I'm from small town, Ohio. I work 40 hours a week. I'm a mechanic. I spend a lot of time involved in Freemasonry. I'm involved in a D&D group. I am always busy, but I'm always having fun.
Wonderful. Now, there's a lot to unpack there. Before I do, I'm going to ask you the same question I ask everybody. My first question, I got to ask you this first. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being high, how weird are you, Tyler?
So I'm going to break your scale a little bit on this one. I've seen quite a few of your videos. Everybody wants to shoot high, you know. I'm weird. I'm the leader of the geekdom, but I'm going to give you a big fat goose egg. It's going to be a 0 from me. With everybody claiming that they're, a 10 on the weird scale, we've gotten to a point in society. It's 2020 now. We're not weird anymore.
I love it.
They're playing video games on ESPN right now. We're just awesome. If somebody looks at me and says, you're weird, I think, no, you're probably the weird one here.
I love it. Thank you so much, Tyler. You're the first person to do what I want.
Really fantastic.
Okay. So let's start by talking about your channel, That_Gaming Channel. Why did you decide to start it? Or when did you start it?
So it was about 2 months ago. I've wanted to do something like this for a long time. I love playing video games. It's been my life. And living in small town Ohio, we don't have people here that are close to really network with. So for the longest time, I've just been scared. I'm all alone. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have anybody to teach me. Sure, I can go on YouTube, but what if I need somebody to come over to my house and show me the ways with some things or something like that? And a couple of my buddies were like, you know what? We want to start up some YouTube channels as well. I'm going to shout out for them real quick. They are Cracked Handle Gaming and Two Stone Souls on YouTube. They both started theirs a little bit before me, and I got mine started up. And, they're right here. They help show me the way. It takes down on the stress and the anxiety a little bit when you have someone right there with you along the way.
Beautiful. Now, what kind of content do you play or do on your show or your channel?
So we are going to have a lot of things. A lot of it's going to be what's fun for me, because I know that makes better quality content than doing something you don't like. And I'm really down to anything, so there's going to be a lot of different games on there. The streams that I start are going to vary vastly in games. I'm not going to be, one game every week kind of person. But the main goal for my channel right now is reviews and gameplays for small, kind of lesser known, cheaper, horror-related games for the Nintendo Switch, because there is just a massive collection right now on there, and they're coming out every day. I mean, I can get on this Nintendo eShop once or twice a week, and there's a new horror game, 2 new horror games, $5-10, And the thing with those kind of games is $5-10, you could get an absolutely phenomenal game with great gameplay, great art style, or you could also, you know, throw your $5 in the toilet because you get one jump scare, and that's your whole game. So I'm sure, like many others, I go out for a review before I buy any game, unless it's a new release that I've been, you know, fingers crossed for a long time. I'll go and I'll look up reviews, and you know, people need them for these small games because being a smaller game, they don't get as much attention from everybody else on YouTube.
Okay, so you've only been doing this for a couple months. You're really just kind of in the thick of learning how to do this. How is it going? Like figuring this all out? Like when you first started, was it just you and a webcam, or like were you throwing graphics in there? Like how has it progressed?
No, I actually didn't start with a webcam. I just started with my PlayStation 4 and Share Factory, which is a great little editor to use. It doesn't have as much as I would like. I'm kind of getting used to Lightworks free edition now. That was it. Headset, microphone, PlayStation, and a controller, and that's all you really needed to start making videos, at least for me. I have upgraded to the camera now. I've got a better microphone, and I finally upgraded computers. That was a long wait, but it finally happened.
Very nice. So like, what's been the process for you? Do you do one a week, or are you doing as many as you possibly can? Like, what's your strategy?
So right now I'm a little bit more heavy on the content. It's been just about every day, every other day, I'm trying to get something out there. I'm just trying to build up a little bit of content on the channel right now. So maybe you can check out 3 or 4 review videos instead of just checking out one. But once I get a little more content on the page, I want to make it, you know, once a week I'm going to have a review on a horror game. Once a week I'm going to have a stream. Once a week I'm going to have, you know, maybe whatever game I'm really deep into at the moment.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what makes you unique? What's special about you as opposed to all the other reviews out there?
So it's not really anything unique about my specific review style. I'm still getting better at talking myself. I know others can, you know, review a game much better than me. But like I said earlier, I'm trying to get these really small games that just aren't getting any attention. And it's crazy because some of these games are so good, you know. I'm spending $2 and having more fun on a video game than a full price $60 game. So it's not really that I'm a better reviewer, but I think I'm just hitting a market that I really enjoy that has kind of remained mostly untouched.
Okay. And what's the response been? Like, are you getting followers and fans?
Not yet. I just broke just broke into the double digits very recently. But I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I know as soon as my content reaches people, I think that it won't be a problem. I'm sure people are going to come in, and I hope we all have a good time there.
Okay. Now, so as you're starting out, how are you learning how to do all of this? Obviously, there's some resources you're turning to. You just didn't turn on the camera one day and became, you know, that gaming channel, right?
It was actually pretty close to that. So the name, we'll start there. I stressed myself out so hard trying to think of a name for my channel. And I know the one that I have right now is very basic, but I love it so much because I'm stressing out about this. And I'm a huge car guy. So, you know, one day I'm scrolling through the Facebook, looking at car videos, you know, listening to pops and cracks from the exhaust and everything. And I realized that most of these videos are all coming from one channel, That Racing Channel. And I'm like, wow, you know, that rolls off the tongue really nicely. That Gaming Channel doesn't sound too bad as well. So we'll try that. And it kind of just, it was off my mind. The stress was gone from that. That was it doesn't sound like much, but that was a big mountain for me to climb.
Very cool. I understand, you know, coming out with the name for this, like, so how are you marketing? How are you letting people know about your content?
So right now I'm just using the social medias. I've got the YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I haven't put any money into it as far as actual marketing. I still don't think I have quite enough content. I'm sure if I did start marketing now, there are going to be a couple of people that are like, okay, I really like this. I'll stick around a while. But I kind of want to have it to where when I do market, somebody can show up and be like, okay, I really like this video, but there's more here, so I can check out a couple more while I'm here if they want to.
Okay. And how are you planning on expanding? Like, what's the next step?
The next step, so with me just focusing on the horror games, that gaming channel, horror games, that's kind of two different places. I would really like to get more gamers on my channel, maybe someone that's into action RPGs, maybe someone that's more into like arcade style games, kind of expand what we have on the channel to more than just horror game reviews.
Okay, so you're looking to like partner with other people to create content for the channel.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And how are you going about doing that?
I haven't really started yet.
That's not true. You reached out to me.
I did reach out to you. You're actually probably the first person I've really reached out to. I do have a couple of friends, like I said earlier, Cracked Handle Gaming and Two Stone Souls. I've got a couple videos with them on the channel. They're not part of the channel yet, but we've been doing collaborations on some different games to make it fun. But I haven't really started my search to add somebody to the channel yet.
Okay. Now, so you've been doing this for 2 months, you said.
Yep.
And if you could go back in time, because 2 months is a long time. Like, you can get a lot done in 2 months. If you can go back in time and you could give yourself some advice, what would you say?
I would say download Lightworks instead of spending about 20 hours sorting through all the different editors to find which one works for me. I would say 2 months ago, don't just start the channel and start throwing content out. Practice editing, practice your talking, practice your scripting. Because I just jumped in head first. I started putting out videos, and then I started practicing the skills I need. So I think I should have started with practicing first, maybe.
Okay. I will say, honestly, it's not that bad that you started. If you look at like anybody who's gotten big on YouTube, you go back to their like first few videos, terrible usually. So don't worry too much about it. Everybody starts there. Mine was bad. Like, I'll admit, I didn't even have lighting on mine.
I'm excited for the day I can look back and cringe at my first videos.
All right. So Tyler, I want to talk about you now, because this is the gamerpreneur. I got to talk about the gamer in the show. So let's talk about you as a gamer. When did you first start playing video games?
So I first started playing video games before I can honestly remember. I don't know, because video games were always in the family. We had a Nintendo 64. I'm 24 now. I was born in 95, to give you a bit of an idea. We had a 64. We had the Nintendo Entertainment System. We had PlayStation 1. I don't really remember which one I played first. I think it was either Castlevania on the PS1 or Super Mario Brothers on the NES. It was one of those two.
Okay, fantastic. How did it progress from there? You just became a lifelong gamer as soon as you got bit by the bug?
So it was really the game that did it for me was, I don't know. I'd imagine I was 10 or 11, right in there. I picked up Pokemon, or my parents got me. I obviously didn't buy it that young. I got Pokemon Crystal for the Game Boy Color, and that changed it for me. That was my first experience with Pokemon other than seeing the TV show. And not only did it completely hook me onto Pokemon, it completely hooked me onto video games to see that you could do that much in a little device you hold right here.
All right, rock on. Okay, are there any games coming out you're looking forward to? Because you seem to play like a lot of different stuff. Like, do you actually care about the big titles?
Yes, I do. So I'm always excited for the new horror games, obviously. And I spent a lot of time on this question, just trying to think of which ones are most important coming out, because there's so many all the time. Horizon Zero Dawn 2, it hasn't been announced yet. It may not even be a thing, but there are rumors in the way they ended the first one. That one's at the top of my list. I'm super excited for Elden Ring from Software and Miyazaki. Um, I've been working my butt off on Assassin's Creed Odyssey to get the platinum because I'm super excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That one looks incredible from what we've seen so far. Metroid Prime 4 is a big one for me. The Metroid series has been huge in my life. To go from the side-scroller Metroid to Metroid Prime, the first one, was just an evolution that I'd never seen before, and Metroid Prime's really done it for me, so that's another big one. And then also Elder Scrolls 6. We don't know too much about it, but I would say I've put more time into Skyrim than any other video game. I'd say I've easily got 700 to 1,000 hours into Skyrim.
I'm probably right there with you. Okay, so all-time favorite game if you could only choose one.
Yes, this one's very hard, but it did come down to Horizon Zero Dawn. That was the first game I ever got a platinum on. I was very late to playing the game. Like, it came out, I think I picked it up about a year after it came out, and it sat on my shelf for like 3 or 4 months before I even opened it and put it in my PlayStation. But that's kind of one of my biggest regrets, is not playing that game sooner, because that just, wow, they did everything so good in that game. You know, it felt like so many games combined. I don't want to, try and compare it to other things, because it really is its own thing in itself, but that was the game for me.
All right.
I platinumed it. I went on and I finished all the DLC for it, and I kept playing. That's the only game that I've continued playing past platinum.
What's there to do? Okay, so let's pull back for a second and let's talk a bit about you as a person. So you mentioned that you work on cars for a living. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do for IRL?
Yeah, I am a passenger vehicle mechanic. Your light duty trucks, all your cars, and just your passenger cars. I don't work on the heavy stuff. I don't like heavy things. But that's what I do. I went to school at the University of Northwestern Ohio, spent 3.5 years there, and got a degree in automotive technology, and studied in the high performance automotive section. And I enjoy it. I mean, it definitely pays the bills. The jobs are always open. It's easy for me to do now. But work is there for the income right now. That's all it's for. Other than that, like I said, I spend a lot of time with Freemasonry. And that's, my second biggest eater of time other than work.
All right. Very nice, my friend. So, what else do you do? Like, what's the day in the life of Tyler?
Day in the life of Tyler. Well, it's been really different right now. As you know, we're dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic. So it's really changed things up. I actually haven't been working through it. I got away from the cars for a little bit. Usually deal with some pretty nasty cars, and I just didn't want to be in that environment for the moment. But normally a day in the life, get up, go to work, come home, play some video games. Now I'm going to have the extra recording and editing bit. I spend a lot of time working on families' cars. I've become the family mechanic, unfortunately. That's one of the perks of being in this business. And, everybody wants their car fixed once you learn how to do it. But that's really been it. I just worked my butt off so much, paying back college debt, trying to get all this new equipment.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one of those typical interview questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Not working on cars. I see myself continuing to do this. However, I'd like to get to a less backbreaking job. I would like to think that maybe I could monetize this and maybe pick up something part-time within 5 years. Regardless of whether or not that happens, I'm going to continue working, continue going forward. Just hoping it's not going to be with cars. I'm not sure what else it would be. I am looking into new degree programs. I'm hoping to go back to school here soon, actually.
Beautiful. Very nice. Okay. So I'm going to humble you for a second if I can. I want to ask you, what is something that you have failed at?
So I consider my biggest failure to be going to school to work on cars. I jumped into it much too quickly. I knew it was something that did have an available job market. I kind of let a friend convince me a little bit too much, but I really regret it a lot now. I'm in so much debt for something I don't like doing. Actually, let me rephrase that. I really do enjoy doing it. Sometimes coming home and working on my own cars is such a stress relief to be out in the garage by myself or with friends, maybe a couple of cold ones, just enjoying the night, wrenching around. But to do it for 40 hours a week, it just, I'm 24 years old, and my first thought in the morning is, wow, my back hurts.
Okay. What is something you're working to improve on in yourself?
Something I'm working to improve on is my speaking ability. Through what I do outside of work, I spend a lot of time talking, and that's helped a lot. I probably wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for those people that are helping me with my public speaking. But my biggest problem is not talking enough in my videos. I am facing a little bit of trouble there. Just filling up the airtime, when I'm scrolling through the screen, it's just no voice sometimes, and it gets to feel a little bit awkward.
Okay. And how do you plan on improving on that? Just learning to talk more?
I think practice. I've been focusing on not really like a complete script, but writing myself certain prompts so I can keep up with them as I go through a video to help give me ideas of things to say just in case I get caught up.
Okay. Now, do you have any advice for anybody out there who's looking to start their own channel?
Don't wait. Whatever you do, do not wait. Do not say, I'm going to start it at the end of summer. I'm going to start it, next week. Get on there, make YouTube, make a Twitch, make a Mixer, make a Facebook, whatever it is you plan on doing, and just get started. Because like we talked about earlier, you're probably going to be bad at first. And that's just, that's part of everything. Fail is a first attempt in learning. So get out there, get to it. Put something out there, show it to your friends and family. Just record yourself on your phone screen. Show it to people that you don't have to put yourself on the internet right away, but get to it.
Okay. First attempt in learning. I love that. Thank you. Okay, So Tyler, this has been fantastic. How do people find you? Where are you at on social media?
So I'm at _gaming channel at YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and I am at thosegamers26 on Twitter. Beautiful.
All right. So as we wrap this up, is there any last thoughts you want to share or anything I didn't ask you think we still need to talk about?
I think we actually covered quite a bit of ground today, and I'm very happy with that. I had a lot of fun with this. I really appreciate you letting me get on here and talk about myself. Even though I'm such a new channel, I'm very excited for the future. I think a lot is going to come from this. And I hope if I do grow, I hope I can be back on here maybe in like a year or so, and we can get back together again, and maybe I can talk about what I had to change to progress, what I had to market to progress. So I don't know when this video is going to go out, but just for anybody watching it, I do plan on streaming every Saturday at 2 to start. I may up it to 2 days a week, but for now we're going to have it Saturdays at 2. So check out the channel, folks. Send me a message. Let me know what you think. Put a comment on it. Do something. Let me know you're there. Let me know you're breathing, and I'll get back with you.
Fantastic. Okay. So I want to pause and say, thank you, Tyler, for coming on, because you are the definition of a gamerpreneur. Like, you really are. And you are the kind of person I want on here. It doesn't matter. Your channels have been around for like 2 months. That has nothing to do with it. You're a gamer who's doing something with their lives. You are dispelling that myth of the lazy, unmotivated basement dweller. You get up in the morning, you complain about your back, and you go to work. And there's so many people out there who think gamers don't do that. And thank you for, helping show the rest of the world that we're more than just that guy from South Park, right? The Warcraft episode, right? We're not that. So thank you. And,
although they are out there. They are out there.
Of course, but it's not the majority of us. It's not all of us. And we really have to turn the tide on what society thinks of us. Like you start with a 0, right? You're not weird. We're not weird. Like, everybody else is weird. Like, have you seen those guys who like take their shirts off and paint everything, go to sporting events? That's a little weird.
Yep. It all depends on whose eye you're looking from.
That's right. All right. So Tyler Waltz, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Yes, I really appreciate you having me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. All right, and everybody else, I'm going to remind you all, don't be just a gamer, be a gamerpreneur.